Hi guys, in today's video, I'm going to be focusing in on how to change employee behavior. The simplest, quickest, most effective way to do this so that you don't have to kind of wait 6 to 8 months to see things change if things aren't working now. For more help on anything to do with business culture, employee behavior, change, managing people through changes, go to changeproud.com or culturepal.com. Loads of resource and support there to help you, and subscribe to my channel for more help of this kind around the change and culture topics. So, how to change employee behavior. The 4 key steps that you need to take actually. Number 1, get your task force together. So pull together the right people who can help you with this, and I'll come back to that in a sec. Number 2, describe fully what's not working now. Number 3, clearly articulate what you want the future behaviors to be of your employees, what you need to see from them. And then number 4, really create a proper action plan around all the things you're going to do to help that happen and all the things you're going to do to prevent existing behaviors from continuing. So step 1, your task force. So this is going to be massively dependent on the type of organization you are, the size of your team, etc. But whoever you are, just think about who those core people are who can be involved and keep it very close for now. So not lots of people, 4, 5, 6 max, maybe from different business areas. Maybe it's, HR with business lead or whatever. Clearly this needs to be, and I assume would be senior people anyway, who are looking at employee behavior overall and wanting to change things. Make sure you've got the right people involved and bring them together as a task force. So bring them together and set out the clear objective that you're all coming together to fix this challenge, to accelerate it, to be committed to it, and kind of be really clear on people's roles up front. Number 2, describe what's not working now. And I don't mean kind of hearsay comments about so-and-so always does this and over here we're always doing that. You really need to write these down, articulate them, really write down and capture what's not working. What are the behaviors you're seeing that's not working, and get everybody's input on them. Make sure that you've written them down so you've got that record. You can keep going back to it and making sure, are we really describing here what's not working? And is it really not working? Or are some of these things just kind of a bit nitpicky, kind of personal aspects that people are getting involved with? Make sure they're really, really relevant to the business. Once you've written them down, take time to describe why they're not working, what the negative impact is of these behaviors, both internally for the business, if that's relevant, and externally for customers, clients, your market, whatever it might be. And then the second stage to that, which is kind of step number 3 overall, is really write down what the new behaviors are that you need to see. And you want to kind of map back to the things that aren't working and say, this isn't working for this reason, and here are the things we want to see. And again, why? Why are they important? What's the impact they have internally on us, getting our jobs done, making our culture better, helping us all to grow as employees, giving us all a bigger share of the profit, whatever it might be, and the impact on client, customer, market. Both lenses. Okay, so just to recap, you've got your task force, you've written down the current state, what's not working, and you've written down the future state, what it is that you want to achieve. And for both, you've captured why these are important and what the impact's going to be. Once you've done that, you then want to take stock of your kind of core task force and think about who else might we need to bring in now. In that kind of safe circle, I mean kind of keeping things confidential for now, just because of the sensitivity of what you're doing. And really take time to think about, for all these new behaviors we want to create and embed, what are the key areas of the business right now that might be preventing those from happening? And that could be a number of HR factors. We're hiring the wrong people, managers aren't displaying the right behaviors, we've got teams structured in the wrong way, people aren't clear on their roles and responsibilities, people aren't rewarded or recognized for what they're doing. That's just an example of some of the things in HR. People don't have the right training and development, they don't know what to do, they don't have the right skills and capabilities. Other things could be stuff to do with process. Things take too long, they're too clunky, we've got too many steps in our processes, everyone needs approval for things, so they're not empowered or they don't do it. Everything takes too long, processes are broken, etc. And then technology. Technology's got to be a big part of it as well, because technology's everywhere now. What is the technology like that we use in the business? What's slowing stuff down? What just doesn't work? Where do we need to invest to help people to display the behaviors and ways of working that we need? And there'll be other areas as well, other things that you might want to look at, but think about who across the business then you want to bring in, so you can really understand what are the things that are currently potentially preventing, so the blockers for these new behaviors and ways of working, and where are the key enablers that we now need to start really working on. Once you've got that, so you've kind of got your new behaviors, your enablers and blockers, you can then start to really make an action plan. Now, your action plan could at first seem quite overwhelming because you've probably got quite a lot on your list. So you really here need to prioritize. And when you prioritize, you want to think about what are the biggest things that are going to have the most impact now, and that could then probably trigger some of the other behaviors. Because when you look at that list of behaviors, I guarantee there'll be things in there where it's like, if we got these top 4 right, the others would probably, start to come through more naturally by themselves. There will be some in there that are like the killer top ones that just aren't happening, that you've got to tackle now, that will create the biggest impact. So do that prioritization activity so that you can really nail those few things in the short term right now, rather than saying we're trying to do everything and we end up kind of doing nothing. Once you've done that, you want to start to engage kind of managers or, your next kind of layer in the business, depending on your size and scale, and start to communicate out what this action plan is going to look like and how you're going to implement it with their help. And again, this will be, technology, process, HR, there could be a number of things you need to start implementing and working on. And you want the specialists involved from their own areas, and you want managers and people involved. And then really what you want to do is start to communicate this then to everyone, to all employees, and start that journey of communication. Be really clear and transparent about what hasn't been working and why, and give them some of the data, what clients have said or what people are saying about their experience, or where we've lost good talent because we're not doing this, or where people have said they're not happy at work because we're not doing enough of this, they're not doing enough of it. You've got to start to involve them so they don't feel it's being done to them, they're being coerced, which they're not. It's because you need their help. You need to build this together, and they'll have their own ideas of how you can make these changes happen as well. So really bring employees in and start to communicate, and then you start to basically implement, your action plan with the right people, with employees, and sense check along the way. Really give yourself time to check. Have things changed within the first month? What's changed? Notice those small wins and differences in people and communicate them out, celebrate them, really hook onto them, build on them, really focus on where your biggest ambassadors and advocates are who are going to make the biggest difference, to the broadest population. And yeah, that's it. And for more help of this kind, anything to do with kind of employee behavior and how to really embed change, changeproud.com or culturepal.com. Thanks. Please like and subscribe.